Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about peak season 2023 and how it looks like we're going to be closing out the year. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about peak season 2023, what the year's looking like. It's gonna end, is it on a happy note, good note, strong note, good rates, or things are gonna be flat? So it's that time of the year, peak season, we're in it. A lot of folks are gonna make a lot of money by making the numbers come up, averages out quite well, basically end the year on a strong note. We are gonna see some of that in the rates that I'm gonna show you later today in the second portion of the video, but that isn't always the case, and that's what we're gonna review here. I'm gonna let you guys make up your own minds, maybe start a conversation out there, hopefully no arguments, but really kind of break down the market and see where things are going, because I'm gonna give you a lot of numbers to chew over, and if you need to rewind the video and watch those again, definitely do that, because these are very important. Now, what we're seeing is there was a time of excess inventories. Those have been largely purged from the system. There's unfortunately still no need to restock. So what's actually happening is that all the players in the supply chain are playing a new game right now, where they're trying to find a new level of equilibrium, right? A new level of how much do we need to keep in stock, whether it's raw materials, manufactured goods, whether it's in a distribution center or a warehouse, or it's just sitting somewhere in storage. How much to be on shelves of retailers, different products based on the new behavior of the new consumer. Kind of the post-COVID consumer that has really had to tighten their belt with crazy inflation. Our incomes have not really risen. A lot of folks are really struggling. And so therefore, we have been seeing a major change in the way that the consumer behaves. The brands that they take, they're more apt to take generic brands and things like that. So this is all kind of reshaping the entire supply chain. Now, Morgan Stanley, the financial behemoth out there, they have a very interesting index, or not an index, a data set. It's a 20-year-old data set based on, based on information from shippers. And what it is it's basically 0 to 10. Now, their all-time high was 7.7 and the low is 4.2. Now, why I tell you this is because we just registered a rating of 4.9, which is for last quarter, the third quarter. So you make up your mind there. All-time high of 7.7, low of 4.2. We hit 4.9. So you make up your mind there. Now, inventories have continued to decline among the entire group of folks that were organizations that were surveyed in here. Now, with this report actually concluding net inventory versus ordering is approaching break-even levels. So what this is saying is that they're trying to come up to a point where they know exactly how much is going to be stocked, what's going to be available within inventories, and based on their assumptions of what spending is going to be for the last quarter, as well as the next year, 2024. Over 50% of these shippers are planning to actually maintain inventories as they are. I believe the number was 55%. So again, over 50% of shippers are planning to maintain inventories as they are. Now let's get into the numbers. 60% will maintain or increase inventories compared to 52% last quarter. So that it will maintain or increase. Now, there was only 5% of shippers that were polled that are looking to increase stock levels. This is why I said it's like 55% plus the 5 makes up your 60. Only 5% are planning to increase. 64% don't expect inventory levels to normalize until next year. Again, indicative of what shippers and brokers are expecting into 2024. Shippers are continuing to wait to restock. 69% of both brokers and carriers that were surveyed expect a slower peak season this year versus last year. So look back to last year, look at the invoices last year. How well were things? Because they're expecting slower peak season. 94% expect the same or worse peak season than last year. So if they were to add in worse, so same or worse, but not better, 94% agree. Again, indicative of what we can expect for fourth quarter of 2023 and first quarter of 2024. 61% of the shippers expect peak season freight volumes to be the same or better than 2022. So guys, as mentioned in the video that we talked about yellow freight, I'll leave a little card in the corner, you can watch that. The reason I mentioned that is because in that video we've talked about all the changes that will bring into the industry, into the marketplace, and how ultimately it would affect LTL carriers. And that's what we saw. We actually saw that Saia and XPO, especially Saia, really boomed in August and September. And what does that mean? That they benefited, but the TL or FTL, so truckload or full truckload, market was truly unaffected. So what I would be considering is the information that you're getting from the market, the kind of loads that we're getting. Take advantage of what's being actually provided to you as the market kind of has this natural peak season moment, because winter is just around the corner, conditions are going to change, and the same will happen with market conditions, because everyone, just like every year, will come together and run to the south and the southeast and absolutely destroy that market. Listen to your dispatchers. They are going to move you around. This is not their first winter. So love to hear from you guys what your thoughts are on these statistics, on what's going on in the inventories, how these organizations are functioning and affecting the trucking industry in terms of not only just brokers that we've talked about last week, not only those guys, but again, shippers, manufacturers, freight forwarding companies, and basically everyone that's involved within the supply chain that makes these shipments actually possible. Would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so, hit the notification bell. I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads that we book for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week it's going to be all dry vans. Everyone did a fantastic job and everyone stayed on the road for a week. So we're not going to waste time on that. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to start off with Brian. This is super, super interesting. Now here's why. He's actually a hazmat carrier. He's got the proper insurances and everything in place. He's got his endorsements, and he can carry as much as a full truckload of hazmat. And he took advantage of that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get going. Started off in his regular dry van solo coming out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, going to Gentry, Arkansas. Really, really close, straight through delivery, very light at 14,000 pounds. It's just 5 totes of cooking oil, and that one required a tanker endorsement, which he had. Only 32 miles. Guys booked it at $500, got him $15.63 a mile. Then Springdale, Arkansas to Aurora, Missouri. Now this one is also very, very light and short. 4,000 pounds of machinery parts, 74 miles on that one. Booked that one at $300, got him $405 a mile. Then St. Louis, Missouri to Ennis, Montana. Now this is the hazmat load. It says it's a load of alcohol, but it was a hazmat load. He needed to run 26,000 pounds of it. The broker on this one actually waited a whole entire day till the next morning for insurance to be underwritten to cover the commodity, because they had a good carrier. He had everything that was necessary to be able to take this load. And guess what? 1,460 miles. We booked that one at $4,800, got him $329 a mile for a ton of miles. In fact, I believe it was $4,818, which would have given just like about $330 per mile on that one. Now, granted, they were initially given one city, but then he had to actually pick it up out of St. Louis. So there was about 250 miles of deadhead, but I spoke with the carrier. He's very, very happy with this because it worked out so amazingly well. Final load that he did was Three Forks, Montana, and to Phoenix, Arizona, 41.5 on the load of palletized talc, 1,074 miles, $2,100 booked, got him $196 to come out of Montana, going to Phoenix, Arizona. And there it worked out as well, because it turned out to be from the delivery address that his good friend lives within just a few short blocks of where he's going to be delivering. So he's going to go see a good dear friend. So Monday to Monday, 7 days on the road, $7,700 gross, 2,640 loaded miles, ran that at $292 per loaded mile. An excellent job. Way to go, Brian. Way to go. Next, another dry van, Saint Bonifacius, I'm probably saying it wrong. Minnesota going to Columbus, Nebraska. Super light load, 4,000 pounds of drainable stuff, 370 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $270 a mile. Then he did a 1-pick 2-dropper out of Fremont, Nebraska to Eagle, Colorado, and then Steamboat Springs, Colorado as a final. 38,000 pound load of skidded metal products. 738 miles, booked at $3,000, got $407 a mile out of Nebraska. Then they came back around and took a load at Hastings, Nebraska, and this was a 1-pick 4-dropper. The drops were in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota, Bismarck, North Dakota, and final in Mandan, North Dakota. 14,000 pounds in total weight. It was a load of plastic piping. They did mention there was over 500 miles of deadhead from the previous load, so that was a part of it. Now, 718 miles, booked out one at $2,000, got him $279 a mile. So Wednesday to Wednesday, 1,826 loaded miles, so not a ton of miles. But why I picked this one is he still made $6,000 in a week, $329 a loaded mile average. Granted, there was over 500 miles of deadhead, so I do want to mention that. And in Brian's case, as we mentioned, about 250 miles there. Now, next one, and that one in particular, that was actually Ryan. So way to go, Ryan. I really think this is a really good amount of money, $6,000, not very many miles. And, the deadhead that you did run was empty and likely fuel efficient. Nonetheless, going to start off with the next one. This is Issa. Issa ran from Franklin, Louisiana to Marietta, Ohio with a 44,000 pound load of bags that were palletized, 1,100 miles on this one, booked at $2,000, got him doll ready to come out to Ohio. Then out of Marietta, Ohio, zero deadhead, took a load to Washburn, Illinois with a 43,000 pound load of carbon in super sacks. 510 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $196 there. Things are improving. Went out to Illinois. Out of Fort Madison in Iowa, took a load to Elkton, Florida. It's a 42,000 pound load of dry food. 1,128 miles, booked out one at $4,250. Made it all worthwhile. $377 a mile average week on a road. $7,250 gross. Issa ran 2,738 loaded miles, got that an average of $265 per loaded mile average. Excellent job. Next, we got another dry van. Marco is the driver. Port Bar, Louisiana, going to Palestine, Texas. A 40,000 pound load of non-hazmat lubricants. 291 miles, booked at $600. Got him $206 a mile. Then Hawkins, Texas to Robert, Louisiana with a water load. 44,000 pounds on the way. 389 miles, booked at $950. Got him $244 a mile. Then Plaquemine, Louisiana, going to Grand Cane, Louisiana, a short run, 43,000 pound load of pellets, 237 miles, booked at $700, got him $295 a mile. Then Texarkana, Arkansas, to Independence, Missouri, 44,000 pound load of packaging materials, 480 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $208 on that one. Then right out of Independence, Missouri, going out to Maryville, Missouri, short run, 24,000 pounds, light load of herbicides, 106 miles, booked at $475, got him $448 a mile. Finished off at Crete, Nebraska, going to Bronx, New York with a 44,000 pound load of flour, 1,328 loaded miles, booked that one at $3,400, got him $256 a mile. Again, week on the road, $7,125 booked, ran 2,831 loaded miles at an average of $252 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Marco. Way to go. Next, we got Shelby coming out of Mount Summit, Indiana in his dry van going to Ravenswood, West Virginia. It's a 40,000 pound load of finished metals, 252 miles, booked at $1,000, at him $397 a mile, coming out to West Virginia. Then out of Nitro, West Virginia, great job on the dispatchers, pulling something out of there. Going to Alpharetta, Georgia, 40,000 pound load of FAK, 500 miles, booked at $1,900. Excellent job, a 380 mile coming out of a pretty terrible market, I might say so myself. Then Piedmont, South Carolina, Going to Kingman, Arizona, 40,000 pound load of dry goods, 2,000 miles, through $3,700 booked out. I'm $185. Apparently Arizona's warming up. We got a couple of different folks that are out there hoping for a good week next week. The week on the road, 6,600 bucks. Shelby ran 2,752 loaded miles, $6,600 in gross, 240 a mile average. Way to go. Next, we got ourselves another dry van. Aaron's the driver. Tacoma, Washington, going to Billings, Montana. So coming out of the western states, light load, 5,000 pounds of empty plastic pallets. 831 miles booked at 2,400 bucks, got him 289 a mile. Then Billings, Montana to Butte, Montana. Real quick run there, 42,000 pound load of palletized sugar, straight through delivery with a 228 miles, booked at 800 bucks, got him 351 a mile. And then Aaron took his last one, Dillon, Montana to Picayune, Mississippi, 42,000 pound load of palletized minerals, 2,080 miles, booked at 4,000 bucks, got him $192 coming out to Mississippi. I'm sure he's going to come out with some good money next week. Week on the road, 7,200 bucks in gross, 3,089 loaded miles at an average of 229 per loaded mile. Let me make sure the numbers are right. Yeah, they are right. It could be 233, I thought. So no, 229 a mile. Excellent job, Aaron. Next, and we got David. It's the last one on the list. Coming up out of Constantine, Michigan, going to Kearney, Nebraska. It's a 42,000 pound load of seeds, 760 miles, booked at 2,100 bucks, got him 276 a mile. Then at a Fairburn or Fairbury in Nebraska, going to Tarboro, North Carolina with a 40,000 pound load of fertilizer, 1,342 miles, booked at 2,650, got him $197. Then Wilson, North Carolina, going to Atlanta, Georgia, 44,000 pounds of mixed beverages. We're talking 448 miles, 1,000 bucks, got him 223 a mile. Finished off with Chatsworth, Georgia, going to Houma, Louisiana, 45,000 pound load, heavier. Turf Materials, 584 miles, booked at 1,275, got him 218 a mile. Finished off a great week on the road, solo dry van. David running 3,134 loaded miles, gross $7,025 in gross, ran an average of 224 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, David. Guys, as you can see, really good money. Great rates, lots of miles, very good averages. Gross, out there, $7,700, $7,250, $7,125, and on and on and on. In a bad market. If you're not hitting those kind of numbers, if you're not coming up close to those numbers, give us a call, get in touch with us. And it doesn't matter if you're a carrier, got your own MC authority, if you're an owner-operator that's usually leased on under other companies, or if you have a trailer or you don't have a trailer, we will help you out. We'll figure things out. But most importantly, if you're not making that kind of money and you recognize yourself in these drivers and you're saying, hey, look, I could drive that way, I could do that. Or if you've been watching our videos and you've seen some of these names consistently pop up week after week because they're consistently making this kind of money and you want to do the same, get in touch with us. 801-448-6363. Call or text that number or go to our website at aftdispatch.com. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.